Hey, bro, you must have some regrets, right? The creature in front of you can take you back to the past, to make up for those regrets. Jack, in his pursuit of becoming the world's greatest swordsman, didn't hesitate to use his sister as bait. As he heard her helpless cries while being dragged away by a monster, he chose to coldly flee. Later, with the demon sword in hand, he became the world's greatest swordsman, leaving countless dead in his wake. He thought achieving his goal would fill the emptiness inside, but instead, it only deepened his loneliness. To atone for his guilt and change the past, Jack found the ghost Dr. Annie. Nianhua can send someone who deeply regrets their actions back to the past, but the price is that they will die 7 days later. Helen was a girl Jack had saved by chance. She was seriously ill and should have died with the rest of her village, but Jack's appearance changed everything. Maybe it was because he saw his own suffering reflected in Helen's, but Jack disregarded others' warnings and decided to save the dying girl. Thus, these two lonely souls began their journey together. Every night, Jack was haunted by nightmares of his master being murdered. To avenge him, he had to find the legendary demon sword. Whenever he was consumed by pain, Helen was always by his side. To cheer him up, Helen showed him a snowman she had just built, one representing herself, the other representing Jack. Curious, Jack asked what the snowman was holding in its other hand. Helen smiled and explained that it was a candy she had imagined. Although she had never seen or tasted candy, she'd heard it was the best thing in the world. During their time together, Jack's heart gradually opened up. His once closed heart began to feel warmth again. He even thought that if he couldn't find the demon sword, he could live a normal life with Helen, just the two of them. However, the legendary demon sword really existed. Jack knew this journey would be dangerous, so he decided to leave Helen outside and not let her enter. He wandered for a long time inside and finally found the demon sword. Seeing it, he was thrilled and held it in his hands. But at that moment, the guardian beast was alerted. In his panic, Jack couldn't pull the sword out and was violently thrown back by the beast. Ignoring the pain, he immediately turned to run, but the monster relentlessly pursued him. Looking at the endless road ahead, he finally understood why no one had ever been able to obtain the demon sword. Just as he was almost hopeless, he thought he saw the exit ahead, only to be met with a light. It was Helen, who, worried about him, had come looking for him, despite the danger. Before they could even speak, the monster caught up with them. Jack grabbed Helen and started running. In the chaos, he tripped over a stone, and both of them fell hard to the ground. The monster surrounded them, and Jack could only watch helplessly as Helen was dragged away. His instinct to survive kicked in, and without hesitation, he ran for his life. The moment he escaped, he knew he would never truly find happiness again. He eventually pulled out the demon sword and became the feared world champion swordsman. But this did not satisfy Jack. He decided to make the creature take him back to the past. The creature told him it couldn't do that, but it could take him to one place. It turned out that Helen had not died. Though the beast had blinded her, it had spared her life. She crawled out of the cave with all her strength and was finally saved by a hunter's family. Hearing this, Jack hesitated no longer. He slowly walked up to Helen and, with a thud, knelt before her.